GF's dad said I couldn't appreciate their Italian family values, so I showed him real tradition. The first time I met my girlfriend's dad, he looked me dead in the eye and said, "You wouldn't understand Italian family values." I laughed nervously, thinking it was a joke, but he didn't laugh. He just sipped his wine and sized me up like I was some outsider trying to steal his daughter from their holy empire of Sunday dinners and marinara sauce. Here's the thing. I'm not Italian. I grew up in a Mexican-American household in Texas. But if there's one thing I do understand, it's family. Big loud dinners, people talking over each other, recipes passed down from grandmothers, and uncles who argue about politics too loudly. Sound familiar? Yeah, but apparently my version didn't count. For months, every time I joined their Sunday dinners, her dad would make little digs. We do things the real way. You wouldn't get it. Or my favorite, family comes before everything. That's Italian blood. Like I didn't have family, like I didn't understand love, like my culture didn't matter. I bit my tongue. I wanted him to like me. My girlfriend loved her dad, and I didn't want to cause a war. But then came Christmas Eve dinner. They were doing the Feast of the Seven Fishes, this big Italian tradition. Her dad stood up to make a toast, all proud, and said, "This is what family is about. Only Italians can truly understand tradition like this." And I just snapped. I stood up, grabbed my girlfriend's hand, and said, "Actually, let me tell you about my tradition." I started describing Christmas at my grandma's house back home, how we made tamales by hand for hours, the whole family in the kitchen, arguing, laughing, messing up the masa, and starting over. How my abuela told stories about Mexico, about crossing the border with nothing but hope. How we'd stay up until midnight, blasting music, praying together, then eating until we couldn't move. I told him, that's family. That's tradition. You don't need to be Italian to understand it. You just need to love the people at your table. The room went silent. My girlfriend squeezed my hand so tight I thought I'd lose circulation. Her mom looked teary-eyed, and her dad, for the first time ever, he didn't have a comeback. He just looked at me, nodded slowly, and raised his glass. "All right," he said. "I'll drink to that." Since then, things have shifted. He doesn't make those digs anymore. He actually asks about my family. Last month, he even came to my mom's house for dinner, ate 3 tamales, called them dangerously good, and asked my grandma for the recipe. So no, I didn't just appreciate his family values. I showed him that tradition isn't about bloodlines or labels. It's about love, about sitting at a crowded table and knowing you belong. And the best part? Now, every Christmas Eve, we do 7 fishes and tamales. 2 cultures, 1 table. That's the real tradition.